I feel bad for California State Farm agents. I know some of these guys, and it's check this out, dude. Check this out. State Farm projects massive decline in policies in California as it faces financial instability. State Farm projects its total policies in California could drop by more than 1 million over the next 5 years. If current conditions persist, its total policy count in California to decline from 3.1 to just over $2 million, 2 million policies by 2028. That's crazy, man. The projection assumes that State Farm General will continue to lose policies at a similar rate as what it does now, reflecting customers who choose to leave or are canceled due to noncompliance, or State Farm refusing to insure them too, by the way. It's not like State Farm has bearing the brunt of this right here. It does not necessarily mean State Farm plans to conduct more massive non-renewals, such as the approximately 72,000 insured began dropping this summer. Yeah, because they're not renewing. Like, oh, we don't want the risk. It also assumes the company will continue to not offer new business and personal property insurance, as has been the case since 2023. Let's see if we see any comments here. State Farm is in the midst of an unprecedented request to raise its rates by 30% or more to avoid potential insolvency. The company's steep policy declines projected whether or not the rate increase is granted. The increased funds from higher premiums would allow State Farm to recoup about 1.6 over the next 5 years. Why not freaking, how about with all the money you're spending on Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Pat Mahomes? Let's see what this just freaking ticks me off. Maybe pass laws saying any fraud will be that's what we need is more laws right here. What do you expect running the prices of your homes through the roof? You wouldn't have to, okay, whatever. So Chris was just, that's it. I wonder how much Patrick Mahomes gets on that State Farm. Let's take a look. Typed in, how much does Patrick Mahomes make from State Farm? The exact amount that Mahomes makes from State Farm is not public, but endorsement deals with major brands for high-profile athletes are typically the multi-million-dollar range. Rob Gronkowski make for USA. Let's see what they say here. But the thing with these State Farm agents is they put their whole career into basically building a branch of State Farm, kind of like Edward Jones. They build a branch, knocking on doors, going talking to people, being active in their communities. I knew a bunch of State Farm guys when we lived in Virginia who were just literally, it's just like a branch of State Farm. They kind of ran it. They're like branch office they essentially, I don't want to say owned it, but it kind of sort of, if that makes sense. And some of the State Farm agents make big bucks when they get to a certain threshold that they can sell the firm back to the branch back to State Farm, sell it to another guy coming up. It's just, but they don't actually have any ownership stake. They can't sell it to a Geico or anything like that. So if you're, say you're 30 years in, 25, 30 years in as a State Farm agent, and you're trying to retire because you're done, and you want to liquidate it to sell it back to State Farm or sell it to a guy coming up, there's no one to replace you, dude. And your whole career is now, the whole amount of money, that the ending result of money is gone, essentially. Because you can't make residuals, you can't make renewals because State Farm isn't offering new policies, they're not renewing. Now you're basically building your whole brand on life insurance, essentially, and CDs. It's and yet Mahomes, Andy Reid, the whole thing is, I never understood why these auto insurance and car insurance and home insurance companies can raise rates like 19% and yet still pay these freaking, all these heavy hitters to advertise. That's all and you got freaking ambulance chasers, pharmaceutical companies, and car insurance companies. It's freaking sick. It drives me up the wall. Now, it sucks. I feel bad for these guys. All right, God bless. Love your thoughts. If you're a State Farm agent or something like that and you want to be anonymous, tell us what's going on.